Tell me about what the words mental health and mental illness, like what words come to your mind when I say them.
I think I think about depression, anxiety, um, things that I know like friends who have. Um, yeah.
Okay. So you said you have friends who have dealt with mental illness. Have you yourself ever dealt with mental illness?
Um, Not diagnosed.
Not diagnosed, right? But going off of that, tell me about your friend's experience or your own experience at BHS dealing with mental illness.
Yeah, I think BHS has a really huge problem with mental health. More than half of the school reported feeling depressed or anxious within the school year based on the student health survey. It's also an issue that we don't really talk about enough, and it's an issue that is highly stigmatized. So,
Can you tell me more about that stigma?
a lot of people think that having mental health issues, like there's such a negative connotation, and like negative connotation doesn't necessarily mean that it's like just a bad thing, because it's bad to have a mental health. Like that sucks. If you have a mental health problem, then that sucks. But a lot of people think that you're like make assumptions about you if you have things like depression or like anorexia or like dyslexia, like stuff like that. They like think one way about you already without really knowing you, and that kind of just makes it worse.
Why do you think that is? Why do you think people have that stigma?
Because people are judgmental fucks.
Um, so more about what about teachers? What do you think the experience with teachers has been surrounding mental health?
I think that some teachers are really, really helpful. They're really like supportive, especially like one of the biggest causes of anxiety among high school students is like overworking and like too much homework and work and stuff. And I think that generally, if you self advocate, teachers are very like happy to help you out. Like I know this weekend I had a really like jam packed busy schedule, and like I was like really stressed about this one psych test, and so I emailed my teacher and I was like, hey, I'm sorry, this is really late notice, but could I please take the test another day because I just have so much going on right now. I don't think I could perform my best. And she was really, really nice about it. She was like, yeah, of course, like take it later on in the week. I'll even help you study, which is really nice. Not all teachers are like that. Some teachers are a little less understanding. I think one of the biggest issues is like our generational differences. Like as a generation, we have so many different like sources of stress in our lives than they had, like especially surrounding technology and like social constructs that don't exist for them. So it's a little hard for them to like relate. But
Why is that generational issue and that like hard to relate thing such a problem when it comes to mental health?
um, well, I think a lot of dealing with mental health is like knowing how to relate, and I think that a lot of like stresses in our lives come from social media, or they come from like even having like 1,000 assignments on Canvas. If you can like physically see how you're doing at all times, like I know for a lot of people that's helpful, but for a lot of people it's the complete opposite. And like they didn't have that as teachers, or like the generation before us didn't have things like my mom applied for college applications on a typewriter.
Mm-hmm.
So she like does not get Common App at all.
um, so you talked about some of your friends having mental illness. Uh, do you feel like you guys can have an easy conversation about that? Like mental illness in general? Is that some sort of topic that you feel comfortable talking about?
um I think that I wouldn't approach my friends just about that. Like I wouldn't just say like, hey, want to talk about blah blah blah. It's more, I feel like it's more up to them to like talk about it, because I don't want to force them in, like out of their comfort zone, especially if one of their issues is anxiety. Like I don't want to be a cause of that. That being said, I like try really hard to like seem supportive, and I try really hard to like seem non-judgmental,